Hello and welcome to not Kerbal Space Program, but kind of, well, not really. It's Mars Horizon, a game in which you basically take the role of a nation during the space race, and it does have some slightly KSP-ish elements in how you build your rockets, but yeah, otherwise it's definitely a more focused game. It's definitely not as freeform as KSP, but I played the demo of it, and you know, that seems rare enough in this day and age that there's a demo of the game that you can play, so if you're interested you can go and try it out yourself for free. But yeah, I liked the demo enough that I decided to take a punt on it and thought it might make for a decent stream perhaps. So I'm going to click on new game. I do have some vague idea what I'm doing, having played the demo, which takes you through the first era, which is basically the first through to the first manned space flight, pretty much. And you've also got a range of, like I said, range of nations that you can play. Some of which are more historical than others in terms of when they started to be interested in spaceflight. I mean, obviously the principal ones are the US and Russia, but you've also got the ESA as an option. You've got China as an option, and you've got Japan as an option. The two that are kind of missing that it would have maybe been nice to see, considering we're just really disregarding the serious start dates of when nations actually got into rocketry, are India. It'd be interesting to have India as a thing. You know, if we're going to have Japan and the ESA, then we might as well have India as well. But talking of the ESA, having Britain as a separate one might also have been quite interesting, and actually would have been sort of historical, because Britain did actually have, post-World War II, a rocketry program. Britain built a rocket system, you know, like a booster, that was capable of taking payloads to orbit, and then decided that we weren't going to do that anymore. So I think Britain remains the only nation that has developed the wherewithal to get into orbit indigenously, and then just gone, yep, right, that's it, we're done, giving up, not doing that anymore. So there's different bonuses from each one. I think in the demo I played Japan, they're all actually available in the demo. So you get, you know, bonus funds and some bonus science and things. So, you know, that's nice. For China, you get reduced costs, and you also get less penalty for failed launches, which is slightly awkwardly phrased there. But yeah, Russia, you actually get more launch windows available, because launch windows are a thing. Astronauts are cheaper, and there's no penalty for failed missions. NASA, the US, gets doubled support bonus, and support is basically your like your KSP reputation. More support equals more funding from your respective national government. 3 additional contractors available once they're unlocked, and it doubles the size of your astronaut pool. And the ESA, 50% rewards for joint missions, because you can do joint missions with other nations. Science income bonus from friendly and allied diplomatic relationships increased by 50%. So this is kind of like the diplomatic faction. Double chance of being offered joint missions. So I'm kind of tempted to go with Russia, just because why not? I haven't played them yet. Japan seems like quite a good one for stacking up cash, but we're going to go with Russia. And this invalid launch windows one actually would be quite handy as well, because there's 3 types of launch windows, but we'll get to that. So I'll switch off the tutorial because I kind of know what I'm doing. Request missions, auto resolve option. I don't think I've actually used that, but we'll leave that on request missions, I guess. Completely customize your agency. Okay. Yeah, I haven't really gotten into it beyond just what's in the tutorial. So, yeah, this is the view we have to start with. Earth, and the way they do the different missions is by sort of tying it to the planet, so there's no separate mission screen. You look at the missions for each planetary body by clicking on the planet. Although the very first thing we want to do is click on the research screen, and we've got 3 different kinds of research. We'll start with a couple of things unlocked, so basically sounding rockets, and we have the very first test mission available. So we need to, well, first off we need to research a small launch pad, and that will take, did it say how long that will take? It probably did. That'll be 1 month. You'll see there we're getting 112 science per turn, and we are apparently also getting a modifier of 2% because we're friendly with China at the moment. So that's alright. So we want to also take a quick look at the base, and this is what we start off with, which is not a lot. So we've got our headquarters and our vehicle hangar, and that's it at the moment. So we'll need the launch pad before we can actually launch anything, which hence me researching that first. Let's click on the actual screen. So you've got your kind of milestone missions, and then you've got your bonus missions. But bonus and joint missions, you know, you can ignore them, but they can give you nice bonuses, including sometimes big chunks of funding, which is quite nice. So we're going to take the very first test mission, which is just launch a sounding rocket, and this is how you build vehicles. So build sounding rocket, there's basically only one kind that you can, and it starts off very low reliability because this is all very experimental. It's a suborbital rocket, and it'll automatically name it for you, and what you can do is you can actually rename it, and you can also the Rasputin seems a bit, I don't know, let's just go with the auto-generated names. You can actually save designs as well. So it'll cost me 80k funds out of 100k that we've got, but we're also going to get an income per turn of 53k at the moment. So we'll build that and go to the solar system. So that is 2 months to complete. We're going to get the launch pad next month. I don't think there's anything else we can do at the moment with diplomacy. We're actually getting bonus funds because we have an antagonistic relationship with the US, so we're getting more kind of, I don't know, prestige, I guess. Is there anything else? Active missions, and that just shows me what we've got. You can later on get more kind of simultaneous active missions at once. You can also start planning missions and building rockets without necessarily either having the parts researched yet or the necessary facilities to build them in place. So you can kind of start pre-planning before you have necessarily the infrastructure or the technology. Right, so there are adjacency bonuses. There's always like a little puzzle minigame thing to building your base. So having it next to the HQ would actually reduce payload reliability, because there's the separate launch vehicle and payload reliability ratings, and we'll get to the little payload minigame in a bit, I suppose. But yeah, we'll go with minus 2% vehicle build time, and these will stack up over time, and we don't actually have quite enough to clear that obstruction there, so we'll just build it right there. And then we will research. Let's research the next step of mission, which is put an artificial satellite in orbit, and I think that's all we can do for now. So launch pad built, vehicle built, and you can get a random either positive or negative effect, and sometimes both. So we get an additional 5% launch reliability, which, given this is our very first rocket, it has a low reliability, is quite nice. So then we have to choose when we're actually going to launch the thing. This is where the different types of launch window come into play, and why this invalid launch windows are getting changed to suboptimal ones is actually quite a powerful bonus. So suboptimal ones will always have an impact on your launch reliability, basically. But invalid ones mean you can't launch then at all. So you want to ideally launch during the green months, but we just generally have a wider range of possibilities. So once we start to get more reliable launch vehicles, you can more confidently pick the orange months. So let's just pick that. There's no reason not to pick the soonest date. Sometimes you can do, later on, once you get certain buildings unlocked, you can actually improve the reliability of parts, you know, either the payload or the rocket itself by selecting mission training, and therefore there's a point to having it further in the future because it means there's more mission training that can happen, which will improve the reliability. So I think we set that researching, so that's fine. So on a month. This isn't warships, I know, Bobbles. So this is basically where you see how you're doing against the other nations / space agencies, because it's all about competing for those milestones, essentially. You're basically always trying to be first. Yeah, it does look quite interesting, Andrite, and apparently they cooperated closely with the ESA in making this. So, as we can see, this is not good conditions at all for launching. That actually affects your launch reliability. There's a much higher chance of either a critical failure or a negative event happening, and a very narrow window of either a neutral or positive event. So what we can do is reschedule the launch, because we're not massively competing with anyone right now. Unfortunately, that does mean going ahead a whole month. So we're in April, so we can go ahead to May and hope that the weather next month will be a bit better. And we can maybe also, could we spend a few funds in... I think you can move, you can shuffle your base around a bit. I don't know if, does that cost any... Yeah, it does cost some funds to do that, but yeah, let's see if we can... it's 25k. Clear ourselves a bit of space out. I'm not going to spend all the funds just now, because funds are a little tight when you start off, but yeah. What are the secondaries like in Torpedo? Who knows? Alright, we've unlocked the moon! So there we go, test launch. Now they're all moving towards getting to where I am, but yeah, let's give it a go. Now, as you go through subsequent launches, you get more reliability, basically, from the hardware. Right, this is basically optimal conditions based on the weather. Which will give us, oh, not quite optimal, but adequate. So that gives us a small bonus. So let's go for it. It's a low reliability rocket. It could go very wrong, but fingers crossed it won't. However, we don't get the same penalties that we would for things going wrong. Because if things do go critically wrong, you can get a reputation penalty, but that's not a feature of playing in the Soviet Union, which is nice. So, oh wow, we had a pretty good launch there then, okay. There's a lot of these probability bars that can occur. So we're the first, we get a big reputation bonus from that. More reputation then basically means our funding will go up at certain intervals. And we also get a science boost for 1 month. So hitting those milestones can actually be quite powerful. So there we go, they're all going for the test launch. So we've got the artificial satellite mission unlocked, but we actually then need to build both the payload and the booster stage for it. And I think it will actually tell you, if I click on that, or do I need to click on... suggested. There we go. Suggested parts. So it'll tell you things you can unlock that will get you where you need to go, and it actually gives you kind of more different parts than you necessarily like. You don't have to take all of them, and they all have different sets of reliabilities, all different kind of launch capabilities. So you don't necessarily need to unlock every rocket part, but it'll give you more options if you do. So we can also now look at getting, and we're in the first era at the moment, so getting a satellite into lunar orbit, but we would need to unlock that in the missions first. And we also actually need to unlock the Jedi payload as well. So we need to unlock that, and we basically need to unlock these three things. I don't think it really matters which order we do it in. Although, having said that, if we unlock that, we can start, well, if we do that first, we can start the planning for the mission before we actually have the rocket parts unlocked necessarily. Let's see if there's any request missions, which I don't think there is at the moment. So that's fine. We probably will get some request missions, which will give us some nice bonuses, so we can keep an eye on that. So there we go. So we've unlocked that. We do actually want to unlock the payload. There we go first. And we have a request mission. Yes, we do. So there we go. That will give us science and boost our reputation. So now does it just come up with a different name every time? There is a way of saving rocket designs, but maybe it just won't let you do it with sounding rockets. So there we go. Build vehicle 80k. It's now more reliable. The order does not matter. Okay. Also, I missed sub there. Mixy Arse, thank you very much. It was very much appreciated. Right, so Sputnik research complete, and then we will go for upper stage, and we can't actually start planning it yet because we have this on the go, and we only have the one mission available right now. But yeah, well, I think that's true. Yeah, no mission slots available, so that tells me I can't do it quite just yet. So that research is complete, and the rocket's built. And that had absolutely no effect whatsoever. So we'll go set the launch date, and we'll go for November. There's no huge rush on this particular one, so we might as well go for an optimal one. Confirm. Mission set. Good. Okay. Everyone else is catching up with their test launches, so there's a bit of pressure here. You can't rest on your laurels too much. Right, so we've got payload and mission, so we'll maybe unlock a building. Right, we'll go with the rocket test pad, which allows us to start doing training missions. We'll also maybe clear a little more space. So let's clear that there. The rocks are very expensive to clear out. So you have to kind of build around them until you get lots of money to throw around. Have I spent Spaceman Sam up yet? There are animal missions, but it is it's one of the two kind of early era branches. You can either concentrate on lunar orbit or sending animals to space, but you don't get to choose. I think I've had dogs and squirrel monkeys so far. So let's get the planning started on... oh, no, we still can't because we haven't gone through with that other mission yet. You have to actually do that. In fact, the fact that we're waiting 3 months, maybe we want to reschedule that. Launch preparations, edit plan. It's going to have a big knock-on effect. We'll just go with... I think we'll just go with it. Oh, I didn't actually confirm it. There we go, you have to click that. Okay, let's just go with that 3 months from now, and we'll build up some funding as well. And that means we can also do some research in the meantime. So spacecraft assembly, we can actually get the base expanded a bit. So rocket test pad 100k, and if we let's see, overlap those two, we can get both a bonus to launch reliability and vehicle cost. But we want to leave sufficient space to build other things. Build it there, that'll do for now. Hey Fu. Right, so next month is the launch. And we can start planning Sputnik. So we got 41%, which is a lot better than it was. I hope the sound levels are alright, by the way. I had a fiddle. So hopefully it's not too quiet. Hey, Katrina. Right, despite this being not good conditions, it's only -6%, so we're just going to go ahead with it. I take it you're not a fan of zombie films then, Katrina? Now, I've not yet had anything catastrophically explode, but I suspect you don't necessarily get that unless something goes in the red zone. I don't know. You don't know if it's gone wrong until you see the bar, basically. Right, so we've had a negative event. Systems damage. So I think it has happened, but we're just getting less science reward. But it does count as a successful launch, because it wasn't a critical failure. So we get less of a science bump than we might have, but we have still gotten the reputation bonus, which is quite nice. So we can now get going with artificial satellite. And as you can see, other people have already started making progress on that, so we need to get ahead. And you have to build the payload separately. Oh, in fact, there we go. I just went with the default one, but I think later on you get options of ones that, or if you have more cash, you can have ones that have specific traits, like they're cheaper to build or they have more power to work with, kind of thing. But we're just going to go with the default one because it's fine. Right. Also, did we have... No, we built everything that we can build. That's fine. So that's fine. There's a spacecraft. So we were researching it, so that's okay. We can get vehicle cost, vehicle build time down. That's actually more if we put it there. -3% build time and cost. There we go. Research. Research lab, or do we all research some rockets? Let's research the lunar mission. So every 12 months you get a budget review, and if your reputation's gone up, you get therefore more funding per month, which is, you know, really handy. So we go, rocket test pad is complete. So we now can do training. There's Sputnik. So we get out of this one plus payload reliability, which is really useful, but less science reward. So now we have to design our launch vehicle, and it basically tells you your requirements. So in this case we've only got a couple of actual parts unlocked, but it lets you see for the rest of the era what other parts you have. You just haven't researched yet. So we could do a whole variety of upper stages here, but we would then have to research those parts in order to physically build the thing. But as you can see, this is all way overkill for the amount that we're actually launching. So yeah, we only need a very small payload launcher. So we're going to select that part, and then we're going to select this bottom part of the Sputnik launcher. And they all have their own associated costs, launch reliability, etc, etc. And so we'll select that, and now we can actually start saving design. So we'll actually rename this Gorbachev. Let's rename this the Sam 1 because why not? Once you've saved rocket parts, I mean I think the upper stage and lower stage basically have a kind of amalgamated reliability, but once you've saved it as a single design, you know, that will always go up. As far, I think it's up to like 5 times it can go up. There's like 5 different stages of reliability. So yeah, so let's confirm that 161k, but we don't actually have enough funds for that this turn, so we're going to have to go until next month. Yeah, so we're just going to have to sit on that for a month. There we go. And now we can get that being built. We've also got an assembly being built. So we go lunar orbit research complete, so that's fine. Payload, let's go for the payload next, and then we'll record the research the parts needed to actually do it. Yeah, each part has 5 levels. I think when you look at the overall reliability of a launch design, it's kind of amalgamating the part, like the booster and the upper payload part, the upper thing, stage. There we go. That's the word I was looking for. I think it amalgamates those two in terms of figuring out the whole reliability. So NASA's we actually might get beat. NASA's launching their satellite next month. So we've finished the vehicle, and payload reliability up, launch reliability is down, unfortunately. And training, oh yeah, we have to do that, so we can actually boost our launch reliability with the training option that's now available. And yeah, the US is launching this month, so we're going to lose out to them, but we can launch basically next month, which only gives us a very small bonus, or we can go for August. I mean, I don't know if we would count, I think we'd count as being third regardless of whether I go for July or August here. So let's go for that. So I'm already slipping behind. Praise achievements, so we can basically gain support for the space program, or we can gain reputation with NASA. Let's state concern. Let's get extra reputation for our own, you know, program, our own. Yeah, I don't know why I'm struggling with words there. It's complicated. Right, launch mission, 47% is not great. Am I feeling? Yeah, I'm feeling okay. Oh, I tie for second. Can you tie? Okay. Right, it's raining, so this is not great, but I think we might go for it anyway. How big of an effect is this going to have? 14%, oof. Right, critical failure is the one we're worried about. We're going to go for it. Oh, so they can explode. Critical failure. Oh dear. So basically we will have lost all the funds. But we don't lose any reputation for that. And we do still get the level of reliability, it seems like, even though it's a failed launch. I guess it's still useful data. So now we've got to build the thing all over again. RIP. Right, how's our research? I think for next research we'll go for mission control, because I think that lets you have... yeah, that lets you have additional mission slots, so you can run simultaneous missions. I think that one's going to be quite important. So, yeah... no, we don't have anything to build, do we? Why did I go there? I don't know. So let's go for that again. That went a bit wrong. Maybe we'll go for... We have more funds now. We'll go for the one that has more power, that costs a bit more. So we've got to wait 2 months for that. And we did get some bonus out of that failure, so we're getting 250 science. So go, finished research, payload complete. Yeah, it's a little while before we get to manned launches. So build time was better, but build cost was also higher. So yeah, that's going to be higher than it was. 200k, but we have the cash for that. And it's going to be a more reliable launch this time. So 3 months for that, and we're going to research mission control, and we can get that built, and then we can have simultaneous missions. Yeah, there's no sending people to Gulag in this game, sadly, Latika Mafia. So because we can never lose reputation, our funding is basically only ever going to go up, which is kind of a handy thing. But obviously, the more successes we have, the more quickly it will go up. Right, so this time, launch reliability up, payload reliability down. So we can... 55 and 67. Let's go into payload reliability then this time. And there's less pressure. We'll get it up before Japan gets theirs up, so it's only a 6% bonus for the time being, but we'll go for that. Confirm mission setup. We'll go to solar system. There are other ways to lose support and reputation other than failed missions. Okay, I'm just never going to do it from a failed mission. Okay, mission control complete. There we go, optimal date, so we've got a little bump to our reliability. You can increase those bonuses later on. Much better conditions for launch this time. And slight bump, so we've got a pretty good chance of this being a smooth launch. No explosions this time. And whoa, all the way up to optimal, so we actually have +1 battery. And you'll see what that means in a second. And there we go, our vehicle reliability has gone up as well. So here we are, this is the second phase. This is anytime you go into orbit, you have this kind of mini game. So this is the minimum we have. We need 2 comms data and 1 mission data. And we have a variety of tasks that we can do to generate those 2, plus our other resource that we have, which is power. And then if we can get 3 of each, rather than the 2 of each, we actually get a 50% bonus. So you're basically spending resources to make other resources. So what we can do, and we have 2 slots per turn and 4 turns in total. So we basically have to start off with spending power. So we can get 1 of each, and then we can potentially leverage that to get more of each. And these operate on the exact same slider principle. And this is where your payload reliability comes into play as well. So there we go. Generated 1 comms, and oh, that's a failure. Now you can potentially spend resources to negate the failure. So in this case, we can spend a power and we'll still get the data, but it will take an extra power than it would have, because we were already spending 1 and now we'll be spending 2 power to get the 1 data, or we can just say we're going to get no data, but we'll spend the extra power. So what we can do is we can spend that and get 3 data, and then we can also spend 1 of those and get 3 data there as well, and I think that will bring us 3 for 3 if it works. So that was successful. So there's our 3 science data, and then we spend 1 of those, and oh, it just squeaked by, and we get 3 comms data, and that will immediately be a mission success. So there we go. So we were second with an artificial satellite, so we actually we weren't too bad there. I thought we were further behind than that, but no, we were only second, so yeah, we still get a decent reputation boost. Hey Tommaso. So we now have mission control, which we want to build because that will let us run simultaneous missions, and if we build it adjacent to... oh, there we go. Well, that's... okay, we can't actually fit that in there with those rocks in place, sadly. Don't have the cash, so we'll just build it there for the bonus 1% launch reliability. Reducing the payload cost would have been nice.
So be it.
But you can't have it all.
Jedi.
So that's going to take 4 months to build. The Real Bark Ruffalo, thank you very much for the Twitch Prime sub. So, we don't have any new keystone missions or milestone missions that we can do at the moment, but... oh, we've got the payload unlocked. I wonder if we can... oh no, we don't have any we can do on Earth. We can start researching towards the moon, of course. So let's go for lunar orbit. Let's start planning that. Select payload. And that's 200k. Right, we don't actually have enough cash, so we might need to do an Earth orbit request. We've got atmospheric sampling. Oh, because I've... okay. Got that selected, but can we... what happens if I click abort? The milestone missions you can re-accept at any time. Right, that's absolutely fine. So that's going to give us some reputation. So we'll do that. Just an easy sounding rocket, and it's gotten a bit cheaper and a bit more reliable. That's fine, and we can at least look at suggested mission parts. So basically, any of these 4 as a combination of boosters and upper stages. So let's have a look. We've got launch capacity 1,000 kilograms, 62k, 123k. That's a lot more expensive, but it starts off more reliable. It also takes longer to build. Algol and upstage Able, 350, 500, 500. That's actually higher capacity and cheaper. And it tells you like the maximum distance. I'm not sure why we wouldn't go for the Jupiter upper stage, so we'll go with, say, Algol and Jupiter. Any failures? Yes, we had one thing go boom. Declare we will win the space race. First man in space. Yeah, let's go for that. That gained us some support. So Algol research complete, and then we'll get the Jupiter upstage on the go. And we needed, what was it, 200k funding? So there we go, Jupiter research complete, and also we're going to launch another sounding rocket. Plus 75% launch reliability, not huge, but no negatives to go with it, so that's nice, and we can just purely concentrate into launch reliability for that. And let's go for August. That's fine. Mission control's complete in 2 months anyway, so we can start planning on a lunar mission, and we'll actually have then the space to do that. And what else? We can start researching other things. Let's start researching animal in space missions. So we go. Payload Sputnik 2. Mission control complete. And that means we can get another... I think we can start... So what we've got, ionospheric, that gives us science support. Artificial satellite we've already done. We could start the moon mission. So, payload. I think we might just have to go with the basic one. Let's just go with standard. This actually is a reasonably... Yeah, payload reliability 75%, that's pretty decent. So let's get that building. I didn't really go for mission control early enough when I was playing the demo, so it took me a while to be able to start doing missions simultaneously. Oh, go to active missions. Yes, didn't actually click the button. It does warn you, which is quite nice. Now, I think for that we're going to need the medium landing, the medium rocket pad, so that's a thing we'll have to unlock as well. As will our first animal in space missions. Good conditions, 8%, so there's a very high chance of this being a smooth launch, if not above optimal launch. No, Sam is obviously, you know, the director of the space agency. I'm just his underling, the Squalo, clearly. So that for me, you know, he gets all the praise when things go right, and I get all the blame when things go wrong. So we go. That was fine. We got up another level of reliability. We get some rewards out of that. So that's gone absolutely fine, and we can actually potentially do a request mission. Both of these are low risk, and both are okay. That's fine. They're basically identical, so we'll go with one of those. 100k. I'll take the cheaper option. So that's our lunar payload, and payload reliability up, but launch reliability down. See you, Foo. Right. Lunar orbit. We're going to need to... Now, have I left myself enough funds to actually build the rocket is the question. So we could, in fact, use the existing upper stage, which is more reliable. It's giving the overall launch reliability there at 22% versus 30% would be if I used this upper stage, but we don't actually have that unlocked. That's a bit cheaper and it meets the requirements. So let's go with that. The Sputnik upper stage, and then we can use the existing lower stage. We've also got all these other lower stages, but yeah, apparently they're not suitable. Oh yeah, we'd need a medium launch pad for that. So 161k. In fact, that's exactly just the existing Sam 1 design. That ticks, it literally ticks all the boxes. And we don't quite have enough, so we'll have to wait basically 1 month before we can commence construction of that. So that's that payload built. Launch reliability up, payload reliability down. We're not going to build the rocket for that just yet though. We want to get this one built as the priority. But although we can start the planning for it. So this will be also the Sam 1 design, I guess. Which is our very... At least I think that's like the cheapest we can make. I don't think we have anything that's kind of lower than that in terms of... Oh, the Scout upper stage, apparently. We could research that. That would be a slightly cheaper one. I guess we'll research that then. And then we'll need to get the launch pad. So people are starting to go for the lunar orbit mission, as I am. I don't know how much they do, like they go in response to what you're doing. Did we finish that research yet? No. There we go. The Scout is finished, so we can get researching that. We can actually use that upstage with... Oh. The Algol is cheaper, so we might as well go with that. It's a rather spindly looking rocket, but that'll do. So we'll save that as the... can we rename that? What do we want to call this one? This is just going to be launching things into Earth orbit.
So be it, Jedi.
AGC, thank you very much. 9 months. Go on, chat. Suggest me a name for this rocket. This rather big-headed looking rocket. I can't tell if no one's got any ideas or if it's just there's a delay. Okay, I'm gonna go with that, Katrina. That actually sounds, you know, a big head. Nice. Alright then. I'm gonna trust you not getting me to type out naughty words in Russian. I trust you though. Right, overwrite design. So 109k, a relatively budget option, and we need to set research, and we need a medium launch pad, so we'll need to get that built before we can go for the moon mission. NASA achieves moon orbit. Oh, they've gotten there before us, have they? Okay. Let's actually go for praise achievement this time. Oh, we've lost support though. Ooh, okay. But that won't have put us down over a threshold. We still have gone up overall quite nicely. See you, Lasqualo. Right, so we have animal in space available as a milestone mission. And how... China's scheduled theirs. We're still building a rocket to go up there, basically. So we go. Payload reliability up, but launch reliability down, which is not so good. So we're going to have to go training into launch reliability. And China's not launching till November, so let's put that into July. That gets us a 15% bonus. So that's fine. And our solar wind monitoring, that's still being constructed. Okay, no effects. Fairly low reliability on this one. So definitely going to go for launch reliability there. And we can push this back quite a bit further. I think the maximum... Yeah, 15 is the maximum, so October. 7 months. So lunar orbit in 3 months, and then that secondary mission in 7 months. Oh, we can encourage speculation that there are UFOs. Let's see what happens if I dismiss speculation. Nothing really. Right, so lunar orbit. A global symposium is taking place to establish laws regarding territorial space orbiting satellites. Proposed treaty that states that all nations should have free access to space. Let's go with support the treaty, and we've actually gained reputation with all other factions, which is quite nice. Right, so this is a medium risk mission.
So be it, Jedi.
Carnivorous Carrot. 7 months, thank you very much. So I think this is the second launch of our Samron rocket, or is it the third? I think this is the third launch of the Sam 1. Good conditions, so overall it's looking pretty decent. Oh, okay, -1 turn. Okay. Stage reliability is up, so 3 of 5. Yeah, this was our third launch. So basically, anything beyond the Earth, you've got 2 stages. So we have to actually perform a translunar injection, and then we get to actually complete our final tasks at the moon. But I've only got 3 turns to do this, so we might not be going for the reward. We might just be playing it safe. So we need 2 data, 3 navigation, and we're going to have to well, we can spend 2 power to get, there we go, but actually have quite a reliable payload, and then we can spend... Hello Sam, we could get some signal data which we could then spend, or we could just play it safe with our power. I think we might just play it safe.
Your business is appreciated.
Let's go for that. Confirm commands. We have a very small probability of failures with these. Sam, behave. I've launched this rocket and he was summoned, obviously. Here we go. We might actually meet the bonus conditions. Not quite. We do have on that, but we need 1 more data, basically. So what we'll have to do is recharge power, and then we can spend... Oh, just click that again. That's fine. That should work. Yes, I know you're playing with the cables, Sam, but don't play with the cables. Don't know if you can hear the clanking of cables being moved, but... Yes, I know, Sam. Life's not fair. So, on our way to the moon. And then we have the same little mini-game once again. This time we need comms and data. So we can get a base amount of both. And we can also go for a location. If we go for an orbital alignment, then we can, if that's successful, we can spend that to get 3 more data. Well, it should be successful. There's a very low chance of things going wrong with this satellite. There we go. So 6 and 7 is the bonus. We've already got 25% bonus. I think that's bumping up to a 50% bonus. So either way, we will get a bonus reward out of this. Right, so we can do that. That will get me 3 data. And say spend... How? Let's go for antenna alignment and then maybe recharge power. I'm not too fussed if I don't get the full bonus on this one. It'd be nice if I did, though. We actually got some bonus there because we got right into the green zone, so that's good. So we need 1 more of them and 3 more of them. So if I go there and there and there, that should do it. Yeah, there we go. 7 and I'll say 20% along the line, but that is 6 and 7. So there we go. We got the bonus. And we were second, so we've got a bit of a bonus for that. So there we go. Meanwhile, other people have been getting the Animal in Space mission, so I'm a little bit behind in that regard. So we can actually start planning that now. And because you have these kind of multiple side-by-side branches, it can, like, you can't necessarily get, like, you have to pick and choose which you're going to try and compete on, basically. So let's get that payload being built. Engineers have discovered a manufacturing error in a key component, so we can pay 100. We do have 100k, that's fine. So we're not going to have any payload reliability reduction there. So medium launch pad. Get that built. That's expensive though. Right, let's build that there, I guess. Or I don't know which. I can't tell which of things later down the line are going to give bonuses, but you can also pay to shuffle things around. So let's just build that there. Okay, that's most of my funding. I kind of forgot how expensive that was going to be. Right, research missions. Vehicles. We're going to need to research more vehicles before we can get to orbit. So let's take a quick look. cost, and let's go for that first. We'll need an upper stage before we can start doing human missions, but we've got the medium pad now, so we'll be able to... Yeah. Hello, Sam. Right, let's skip on. Yes, meow. So that's the payload built. 25% vehicle build time. Oof. Okay. So we're going to need... well, can we use one of the existing designs? Yes, we can. We can, in fact, just use our big head, 109k. That'll do. Meow. 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 Yeah, I know. Life is hard and unfair. Meow. This cat is so... I can't even begin to tell you how poorly this cat's treated. It's so cruel. Right, that's actually the cheapest, but is that, like, not reliable, or...? Yeah, it's also the lowest initial in terms of reliability. Let's go for the medium one, the R7 Vostok. Yeah, what? What? What are you meowing at me for? You want some attention? Okay. Well, it's chosen a very bad moment to try and get on my lap, because I do actually need to dash to the bathroom very quickly. But I might as well set it going for the next thing. Right, I'll just be back in a second. Right. Oh, hey, Rocketology! Yeah! I had a lot of fun with the demo, so I decided to go with it. I'm guessing you've played it already as well. I'm definitely not playing it in any kind of optimal way at the moment. So let's get this launched. Looks like decent conditions. That doesn't surprise me somehow. Right, good conditions, so nice bonus. What sound? Meow. What? What are you meowing at me for? Let's see. Okay, decent launch. And that's a bit of bonus reliability for both those parts, although that's only +1. Oof. If I not fed the cat, not in the last 5 minutes, which is the problem, obviously, Mixie arse. He's starving to death, as frequently happens. Right, so, this ought to be a relatively easy one. What is it we need? 4 and 3. We can actually get the 3 right there. Though, they're not the most reliable payload. So that's a bit of a risky strategy. Ooh. Oh, yep, no, we're squeaking by. There we go, +3 data. So now we just need +4 signal. And what we can do is we can spend 1 power and 1 data and then get back that 1 data. Oh, that was very nearly into the green zone. Would have been nice to get that. That would have been a nice bonus. Meow. What's that? Meow. I feel like we're getting kind of lucky so far, considering there's a relatively large red zone. So now we just need 1 more signal data. But we don't have power unless we do that, which is fine. And then we've got 1 round left if it goes horribly wrong, which it did. And we don't even have the option to resist, so We just have to hope that works. If not, we've definitely done it, but it'd be nice to get the bonus reward. No! Oh well, no bonus. We were so close. Still a successful mission, just no bonus on top of the base amount. Right, so we've got animal in space in hand. Oh, this cat. Human in space, we need to get working on that. Oh, Sam, for goodness sake. Every time he jumps up onto the desk, it rolls the keyboard tray thing in. Meow. The other thing we need for humans in space, though, is we're going to need an astronaut centre, so that'll be a big expenditure. We'll need a big chunk of cash for that. Any request missions here that... We could do a joint mission with the US, which would give funds. Funds would be certainly welcome. We do have the parts. Okay, let's do that. No, Sam, no pointing at the screen. No, I'll get the... There we go. I pulled out my little lens, my photography dust puffer lens thing, which he discovered he really doesn't like when I puff some air at him, so it's just as good as a spray bottle without spraying water everywhere. Right. So nothing happening much. China's gotten into lunar orbit. Radiation belts discovered. Gained 200 science. And not quite enough to put us up to the next level, but still okay. So it's our lunar payload built. 50% booster build time. Minus 50% build cost, which is actually really welcome at the moment. This is not particularly a time critical mission, so yeah. Suboptimal and optimal launch windows are reversed. Interesting. So, payload reliability is high, so yeah, launch reliability. 100%. And are we competing against anyone? Not right now. ESA and Japan have already done this one. So I might as well go for the maximum bonus. That's fine. And the lunar radiation mission needs a rocket design, so we can just use the existing SAM 1. Which is only going to be 76k. So that's nice. Actually, let's... Is there a... Don't think there's like a cheaper way of doing this, is there? So that only needs a 1200. That's a more expensive upper stage, but it needs a smaller lower stage. $82k. More reliable. I don't know. Nah, let's just go with that. That's fine. 76k. Funding's definitely, you know, we want to save up funds for things like the astronaut complex. Let's build vehicle. Medium launch pad complete. So 1 month until SAM 1's complete. That's fine. Maximum mission training bonus increased by 100%. Very nice. And currently both are pretty reliable, but the launch reliability I think is... I tend to go for that. Launch date... we can get up to a maximum of 30% bonus. So let's go for February, so we can have up to a 24% bonus. So that's a fair ways back, but our Animal in Space mission is only 3 months in the future. So, buildings, astronaut training, that's the next thing we need. I think we might also get... We'll want to get the research lab and definitely the power generator as well. Because you can avoid some expensive events by having the power generator. New request mission on Earth. Let's have a quick look. Those are all kind of science. Human in Space is now available. The US is working on it, and I'm lagging behind the US rather in this one. And you have to go through the milestone missions. You can't skip over them. You can choose to do one side branch or the other, but you have to do one of them. So we go, launch reliability is good. Oh no! Oh no, 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 no! Well, that was extremely unlucky. Oh well, oh dear. I have to build the whole damn thing all over again. Right. Actually, having said that, we probably could just start planning our Human in Space mission. We'd be on track to be in second place. Have we got enough parts available? I think we do. We were specifically. Yeah, let's just start on that instead, and we'll come back to Animal in Space. Yeah, I got XCOM'd, yes. I can see that. So we're launching a Vostok. Improved comms, improved navigation. I think we'll just go for the basic version with improved payload reliability. So we actually need to be able to build an astronaut complex before we can... Yeah, power cuts. So yeah, we want to avoid these events. This is why you have the kind of on-site power backup. 10% reduction in payload reliability. Yeah, let's pay the money. Human in Space next month, so we're definitely lagging behind the US. Vehicle upstage gains 2 experience levels after launch. Nice. So this will need a new... So that's only 32%. That's the one we've got unlocked. And... Right, let's go for that. 475k. I think that's our cheapest overall option. Right, let's call this one the Sam 2. There we go. How's our astronaut building? So that'll be 5-month build time. Okay, we lost 250 support, sadly, because the Those damn capitalists beat us. And they also got satellite imaging as well. Gosh darn it. Oh, for goodness sake, I'm just hemorrhaging money. Right, we can't... Like, no, we have to spend the money to correct the flaw. Don't try to be first in everything. Yeah, and this is definitely a game that will reward some, like, playing back through with experience. Right, so not great launch conditions, but we're going to go for it anyway because this is a very reliable launch vehicle. Hopefully it doesn't explode because we roll very low. Fingers crossed. I don't think I had anything explode a single time when I was playing the demo, but I suspect that was just luck. Okay, that was absolutely fine. This is getting to be a reasonably reliable launch vehicle. So now we have to get this thing to lunar orbit. 4 and 1, that should be easy enough. Let's see. Yeah, let's go for that and then that. And then let's go for 1 power. Hey, Hildebrand! There we go. And oh, that's slightly worryingly low, but it's fine. So there's our 2 nav data. So now we just need to get a bunch of data. So what we can do is go for payload alignment and that. And I don't know, that one I guess? Oh, that's spending 2 power though, but that's generating 1 data, so let's go for that. That's a success. As was that. Very nearly into the green zone, in fact. And oh, that is into the green zone. Nice. That gives me 1 extra data. So I need 2 more data, and I can spend some nav to get it. So in fact, we can go for that. We've got 2 turns left, so what we'll do is actually recharge power. Oh, just. Okay, yep, there we go. Never worried. I was never worried. So 4 and 3 this time. Or 8 and 6. Right, so if we... what are the options? We do 2 of those and then 1 of those. That's 2 nav data, and then we can then change that to be something more useful. Oh, there we go, right in the green zone. So 2 of each. So we can basically spend that into that, and that'll get me another 3 data, so that'll take me up to the 6. And we'll go with the antenna alignment. Oh, crit fail! Oh no, right. Command output will be reduced by 1 data, or we can spend 1 power. Let's spend the power. So there's the 6 data. And that'll take us up to 5 of 8 comms. Right, so we just need power at this point. 2 turns remaining. If nothing else goes wrong, we'll just do this. And oh, if it goes wrong, then sadly it goes wrong, but we still have a chance of, like, if it doesn't go wrong, that'll still take us up to 8. But either way, we've passed. It's just nice to get the full bonus. Yep, there we go, we've done it. So this will give us an extra nice chunk of funding. And actually some reputation as well. Right, so... okay. I'm particularly interested in missions that give funds at the moment. So SAM 2 is under, it's being built. Well, maybe go for the animal in space mission, get that underway. Select payload. So we can now build our astronaut complex for 300k. Oof, that's going to be expensive to place down. If we could somehow squeeze it over here, we could get some nice bonuses, but those are all expensive things to get out of the way, so we're going to have to put it down there. 425k, that's a big chunk of funds. Well, that's fine. That moon mission basically paid for that, which is quite nice. Right, set research. Let's go for the backup power generator, and then we'll go for the research lab, I guess. And upper stage gains 2 experience levels. That's always a useful one. It's 109k. I'll go for that. I'll watch that one a couple of times now. Optimal, suboptimal launch windows reversed. Okay. Crew. Right, we haven't actually hired any crew yet. We need to have the astronaut complex built before we can hire crew. So that puts that on hold. That's fine. Declare I'll win the race to the moon. Sure. Gain 300 support. I will totally do that. Max bonus 100%. What was the payload? Was that only like 60? Oh, it's the launch reliability. It was only 60 odd. Yeah, let's go for extra launch reliability then. Set launch date October. 9%. And active missions. Space. Yeah, we just need to wait another month. So we go, astronauts. So we can also build a backup generator, 200k. And minus 4% vehicle build cost, that's actually kind of a nice one. So we have different traits for astronauts. So test pilot gains launch reliability, problem solver, -1 random resource requirement per task, electrician starts each task with 1 power. Let's go with test pilot. And I don't think we want anyone else just now. We only need 1 astronaut. So then we can assign the astronaut to that. Confirm. Oh, did I not? Yes, available. Why is it not? Oh, I need to actually click assign astronaut. Okay. And then confirm. It's a slightly confusing thing. Launch reliability, we want that to be higher. They're both around the same, so we can at least get it up into orbit. And November, December, January. Let's go for... let's say December, so in case we have to scrub it and put it back to January. 4 months. Documentary tour. Refuse access. I don't think this is a thing the USSR would do somehow. You can end up giving your rivals tech boosts by doing that, but you can also get reputation. Right, research lab. I don't think we'll be able to afford to build that right away. 70 and 71%. And good conditions, so very low chance of something going wrong, but of course things still can go wrong. So, optimal. No effects. Boosters are more reliable. The Scout really doesn't gain a lot of reliability each time, does it? So we go achieve orbit. So this is a fairly simple one. Vehicle reliability is pretty decent. Oh, right into the green. Nice. So that was a bonus data. So we could go for atmospheric sampling and... go for the signal return test. Let's try that. So in theory I only need 2 more data. Yep, all successful. I can spend a comms to get there. So I can go doop and doop, and that's fine. So there's one. And there's the other. So there we go. When things aren't exploding, they go quite well. Sometimes. So So, third in space. Bit less prestigious, but it's my third milestone mission. It's 25% mission research cost for 6 months. Quite nice. Right. And we can start going a multi-crew. So we getting basically reduced costs for whatever I choose to do next. So do I want to go to multi-crew? Or let's go for multi-crew, sure. Let's take advantage of that bonus. Right, we can also build a research lab. Which is 100k. I don't want to put that there, obviously. That's not a good bonus. Payload build cost minus 2%. 3% science award for missions. It's starting to get a bit hemmed in with the rocks especially. We're going to have to maybe remove some of those. So touching the launch pad is bad. If we could get it there somehow, that would actually get very nice bonuses, but we don't have the money. So let's just go with the payload cost. Animal testing debates. Several media outlets are debating the ethics of using live animals as test subjects in space flights. Some have deemed it animal cruelty, whilst others argue they'd rather lose an animal than a human. State that it is necessary. Lose 50 support. So we go. Actually, backup generator. So we'll get events around the backup generator, and also minus 20% payload build cost is pretty nice. Quick look if there's any good missions. Wait, what missions do we have at the moment? We actually have a mission slot available. We're currently competing for second place. China's going for third. Spheric missions. Yeah, okay, we'll go for that. So Sputnik for 80k. Multi-crew orbits.
Your business is appreciated.
Unlocked, and we're into Era 2 as well. Things have been going alright, Foo. And also, hello, Sparkle Tarts. There's the name. Decent conditions. We're kind of doing this backwards. I'm going to see if we can get the first on the moon. Because the Americas had like the first satellite and the first, you know, satellite around the moon and the first man in space. So obviously now we're going to have to be the first ones on the moon in this topsy-turvy backwoods world. Ooh, nice. All the way into the green. Plus 1 turn on the first task in mission. Okay. So 4 and 6 data. We have 5 turns as a result of that exceptional launch. Now with crewed missions you actually get not only the kind of resource based things, but you get 1 crew thing per turn as well. Although they can also use resources, as you can see. So we can use them to generate data and then use the data to generate further resources. Okay. 1 success. Oh, just. So there's 1 point in nav. There's some data. So we can spend the data to generate. Two of each? That's probably the safer way to do it. If we generate 2 nav and 2 data for 1 power, and then maybe recharge power. So we've met a comms goal. Oh, that's a failure. And we can spend 1 power, or we can just get 1 less. We'll just go with 1 less data, because data is a non-essential thing. So we're still going to get the navigation. So 3 left. Right, we can spend 1 nav to get the 4 comms, plus that 1 data. And then if we go there and then there. Let's try that. Ooh, we'll resist with 1 power, yes. Oh, nice. Get a bonus for that. So a bit of data which we don't necessarily need. So we've got the comms, now we just need the nav. So another 4 nav data. And okay, so we can do that. And then generate 2 power. Oh, ah, there we go, fine. Yes, right, that's done it then. That's done it. So we go. Complete success. You can see them there, re-entering the Earth's atmosphere. Now, I don't know if this is strictly accurate. I think with the very early missions, they basically bailed out. I think it was only the later ones where they attempted actual soft landings. So there we go. Severova was our first astronaut, or first cosmonaut rather, who's now got to recuperate. We can go back into space. So we've got multi-crew. Voshgod. Might as well take advantage of that got another 4 months of that reduced cost, and we're also starting to get missions to other planets, but I don't think we've actually unlocked any of them yet. So, do we have any things that are going to give us cash? Well, those are both challenging. That's publicised. We'll go for, sure, we'll just go for ionospheric measurements. Are we already doing that one? Okay. We're already doing that one. Right. Well, aren't any of the milestones we can do at the moment? We can do test launch guidance system test. It's just a sounding rocket. It's cheap enough. Camera manufacturers offer to work with your technician to adapt its cameras for space photography. Claim that photographs for crew missions could prove hugely popular. Let's go with that. It's 100k, but I feel like that's going to pay off down the road. And there we go, we've gone up to 158k a month. Research lab complete. Payload complete. 10% launch reliability. Oof, vehicle build cost goes up though. So 130k, alas. Voshquad complete. Sounding rocket complete. Suboptimals become optimals. Nice. So we basically can get bonus. Launch reliability is already high enough, so we can actually now boost the potential science reward and get up to 25% science bonus. So we might as well go for the maximum science bonus there. Right, set research. So mission multi-crew orbit, orbital EVA. So that's the next mission, but we'll maybe go for PR office. Vehicle assembly building, 10% vehicle build time. Mission control expansion. Plan on the concurrent mission. Hall of Fame. Neutral buoyancy lab. Tier 2 astronaut talents. Some of these are quite expensive buildings, so we need to start clearing land. Maybe I'll unlock some vehicle parts then. Well, we do still have another 2 months of minus 25% cost. I don't know, satellite imaging. Let's go for the satellite imaging thing. That's still a milestone mission that we haven't done yet. International Geophysical Year. We'll be expected to complete a satellite imaging mission within 3 years. We'll see if 750k immediately and 750k is successful. Yes, let's take that. So we go, minus 50% launch reliability penalty for suboptimal launch windows. And that one's actually maybe what we want to go for, payload reliability. We're going to get 10%. Yeah, let's just go for sooner rather than later on this one. So, fine weather. Oh no! No! Gosh darn it! We had such low odds of a catastrophic failure, and it happened. Oh no! That was a crit 1 for sure. Oof, right, okay, well. Is that one still... No, that one just counts as a failed mission. Right, we can start going for... Unless there's any cash ones here. Start going for multi-crew orbit. We'd be the first to do that. But we will need more. We'll need another astronaut. For that. So, test pilot, they're unavailable for 1 month. Let's see who's available. 10% science reward, increased retirement age, start task with each with 1 power, comms, launch reliability. We've already got a test pilot. Presumably these are going to accumulate. So maybe electrician? Avdotya Smetanina. Oh, Sam. Meow. What are you meowing about? Power cut averted, so there we go. Gain 200 support. We can send a hat. Meow. So yeah, it's definitely worth getting that that backup power facility. We maybe want to also go with expanding the mission control as well. Right, Sam, I can't see the mouse. Where are we? 8%. 8% bonus is nice. Sam is now intently watching the rocket launch. What is it, Comrade Rocket Director? Oh, well, minus 25% mission reward, but nothing critical. There we go, sounding rockets are now getting very reliable. Sam, don't start pulling the screen. I will get the air thing on you. 250 science. So let's have a quick look-see. Micro meteorites. Do we want to hang on for the satellite imaging? How's the research going? Yeah, let's hang on for the satellite imaging next month. Also, we can maybe clear some rock obstructions. Yeah. It's expensive, but we do need some extra space. Observation satellite done, and 5% across the board payload reliability. Nice. Oh, Mars flyby in 22 months. Okay, so they've gone down that other branch while I'm going for the multi-crew. Mission control expansion? Yeah, let's go for that. Oh, we should have started planning for the satellite mission. Never mind. Sam? No. Right, upper stage build cost, reduced booster build cost. Up. Out the way. Pest. Right. Do we have... No, we don't have any of that. So we're going to need a new design. Yeah, we're going to need to research something for this. So we need a 3800. Oh wow, okay, yeah, they're definitely overkill. Although that one is way cheaper for some reason than that one. 369. I'm not sure why that one's so much cheaper. So either the R7 Soyuz or the L3. Which seems like a really heavyweight, you know, but why is it so much cheaper? I don't know. But it takes longer to build. I guess we'll go with the more expensive, quicker to build one. So we'll need to unlock the R7 upper stage. Well, I think we've already got the R7 lower stage, have we? No, we've got the Skylon. So, oof, that would be awfully expensive. Good lord, it's the N1. We can build the N1. Right, lower stage we've already... Yeah, we'll just go with the existing Skylon lower stage, which actually has pretty good reliability. So 687k, kind of expensive. So what are we going to call this one then? This multi-crew. I could call it the Sam 3. Hey, Jerry Garcia. What's Russian for no explosions, please? If Katrina's here, she might be able to supply the answer. Not great, not bad. Well, there we go. That'll do. Oh, that's no worries. I'm just gonna... I suspect Foo's been at the Google Translate. Just copy paste that across if we can. Oh, that's too long. Oh well. Boo. Let's just go with that. I don't even know which bit of the phrase that is, but... Nets Vrizvia. Please. It's just the please go to orbit. Anyway. Okay, so we need to research that part. Vehicle is not valid. Save design. Yes, vehicle is not valid because we haven't actually yet... Oh, wait, no, it's saying it's not valid because the booster capacity is... Oh, it's not sufficient. Right, we need a... We do need another booster then. Could we... Is there an upper stage that would be valid? No. Oh wait, supplementary booster. There is. Oh, okay. So you can add SRBs on the side, but that still wouldn't be enough. We can have 4 SRBs, which massively increases the build cost. Ah, I didn't even... Okay. I think it might just be cheaper then to use... Sadly, we're not going to get this for on the cheap then, so the very cheapest option is to use the Vostok bottom stage. So yes, let's save over that design. So we need to unlock both those rocket stages, sadly. 933k, okay. Research vehicle parts, yes, I know, right. We do have another mission slot available because we're going to do the satellite imaging, and we're almost the last to do it as well. In fact, we probably will be last. So there's our observation satellite. So we're done in 3 months. And yeah, that's just bugging me because we don't have the parts yet. But we'll get a nice cash boost when we do build this, when we do get this satellite lofted. Hey Ginger! Support reward up, payload reliability down, but 65% is not too bad. So this should... Oh, this is quite a hefty... Quite a hefty upper stage apparently. Right, that'll do for that. Vostok upper stage and the Skylon. So we can do this with the existing parts, that's fine, for 455k. We will call this design the Vosklon. It's the Vosklon launcher. So let's see how we did. Small boost, so we don't have any extra funding for the next year. How's our research going? Mission control expansion, that's taking a while. Hat received! So because we sent the hat, we've got 100 support. To somebody that was stuck during the blackout. So this is quite a hefty imaging satellite then. Suboptimal launch windows become optimal launch windows, so that expands our launch options nicely. And let's increase our launch reliability. And then we can just choose to... What's the maximum bonus? 15% October. Let's go for that. So ESA has actually gotten to the Mars flyby first. As far as I know, I'm still... Yeah, no one else is really working on this yet. Multi-crew orbit. 1500 out of 2000. 1600. Yeah, 18 months. Yep, it's in hand. We're launching next month. So 82% launch reliability. And decent conditions. So our chances of things going wrong are very low, but we've had that happen twice already. Well, we've managed to hit that critical threshold. Despite it being like 4%. I think we're definitely going to have to build ourselves an N1 rocket at some point, though. That thing is ridiculous. Hey, +1 nav data on first task. That's bonus reliability to both those parts. Okay, so we need a bit of each, basically. We have 4 turns to do it, so we might not hit the bonus. So we only need 1 of those, that's fine, and then we could actually spend both those to do that. Or actually, do we want to spend 2 of the data? So that gets me up there with the nav data. Okay, let's do it that way. Okay. Oh, nope, 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 nope. Oh well. Command output will be reduced by 1 unless I spend 1 power. No, let's just accept that, that's fine. And nice, into bonus territory. So we've got 1 additional data. So, well, we can easily meet the minimums for this one. I think we'll play it safe. This is definitely a trickier one to get the full bonus with. Wait, which one did I go for? Signal return test. Yes, and then we need data. And then let's go for 1 power. Oh, is that just into bonus territory? I think it is. 1 additional data. And that one is as well. Nice. Even more additional data. So we've met our target for data, but we've only got 2 turns left. And we could spend 1 each of those. One of those, and then maybe recharge power. That puts us below where we need to be for nav. But if this goes correctly, we've got 1 turn left, so if this fails we can still meet the minimum. Okay, there's our signal data. And oh, yeah, no, okay, never mind. Would have been nice if it worked, but I can resist. Get 1 power. Sam, no. Get down. So yeah, we've met both those. We can spend 2 data here. And potentially, actually no, we can spend 1 data a piece and then just go for that. So one of those, we just need one of those to work, basically. Oof, that did not. Command cost an additional... yes, we do want to resist that. We can't afford to lose our comms. So we had 1 power left, that's fine. There we go, we've actually managed to get the bonus. Nice. So there we go, mission success. And also with that I need to get some more water. I think we'll go for about another 45 minutes. We'll aim for around the 3-hour mark and see where we get up to by that point. So there we go. That will have given us the nice cash bump. Atmospheric measurements. Anything going on? Oh, there's a mission for Far Side of the Moon. Nice. Okay, that gives a nice cash boost. Let's go for that one. And we're almost there on the mission control expansion as well. Anyway, right, I'm going to get some more water. So there's our bonus from completing that mission. And now we can have even more concurrent missions, which is nice. Right, will it actually peg for me which ones I need to... Yes, R7 booster. And we might want to get the research lab expansion after this, just so we're getting a bit more data per month. So we can now have 3 things going on at once. I think, in theory. No mission slots available. How many? Oh, we've still only got 2. Oh, okay. Do we need to actually physically build the base expansion? Oh yeah, we do physically need to build the mission control expansion. Right. 600k. Bit pricey. Can we put that somewhere where it gives me a bonus? Right, science reward. If we can squeeze it in next to there somehow, we could get science reward, but I don't know if we can. I don't think we can get it next to the... Right, that will just have to be off in a corner somewhere, I guess. So we need to build that physically before we can actually... Okay. There's a cat being a butthead in the background. Right, Vostok research complete. Also payload for that mission complete. Payload reliability up, 90%, nice. Vehicle build time also up. So that one... we need to unlock contractors and then get the... Oh, right, hang on. We need to get one of these before we can actually... Okay, hang on. That cat's a butthead. Right. Let's go for the Delta booster, I guess. Or should we go for an actual... Should we go for an upper stage? 1800, 1800. Let's go for the 2000 kilo upper stage then. Hey, Evil Tim. Right, I'd forgotten that was... Okay. That's fine. Far side of the moon we can get on with at least. Can use the SAM one for that, in fact. Images from your observation satellite proved invaluable in the early detection of a hurricane. Gain 200 support. Budget review, that should go up a level. Yep. 210k per month. There's our new upstage. So now we need contractors. And they can bestow unique effects such as lowering build time or increasing launch reliability. So that presumably gives you options as when you're designing payloads, for example. Right. So we're getting there. So is that? That's presumably them doing a flyby to somewhere. Rival agency offers help. Following their successful Venus Impact mission, rival agency NASA publicly agreed to share their payload technology with your agency to give our friends the help they need in the space race. Let's accept the offer. We're going to lose some support, but 500 science is very useful. It's given us a nice bump, and then we can get into doing this multi-crew mission finally. So let's actually finish that so we can get that starting to build, and let's go for the research lab expansion. So active missions, build vehicle, 930k, that's quite expensive. And offers payload upgrade, 10% of the multi-crew mission, which is currently 70%. You need to access some of your technology to suitably adapt the programming. Let's reject that offer. 70%'s fine. So we go advanced demo research complete. That's very useful for expanding. 50% off the cost of clearing blockers. 50% launch penalty, or minus 50% launch penalty for suboptimal. And let's just go for launch reliability. Our payload reliability is very high. Hello, Sam. Meow. Confirm mission. Meow. Right, orbital EVA. Let's start working on that one. Meow. Research lab expansion plus 50 per month. That's 200k. Well, I have to be almost careful where you place this one. Right, I guess we're going to put it over here. Bonus science reward. Presumably clearing these stone blockers. Now, yeah, some of them it's a lot cheaper. That's only going to be 12k. We might as well remove that right now. No, Sam, that's my water. That's not your water. Sam is a tux. A very fluffy tux cat. If you go on my Patreon page, actually, there's a pinned... most of my posts are public, but there's a pinned post where you can see a shared album, public album of Sam pictures. The plan is to have a webcam for Sam, but as everybody's having to work from home at the moment, it's just been unavailable continuously. Sam, leave that alone. Yes, you're lovely, but leave that alone. 1700, 1800. Let's take a... that one requires crew, though. It's going to have a nice payout, though. I think we'll have to hire another astronaut. Sam, you... okay, right in front of the microphone there. Sure, it makes for a very good muffler. 50%. Let's go with that. Minus 50% recovery time. Roman Semenoyov. I can't even pronounce that one. Sam, of course, would argue that he is in fact the fanciest of cats, but I'm not sure he's the most reliable person there. Research lab expansion, so we're now getting extra science per month. Detailed analysis, so that payload is up. 100%, minus 100% up. So we're basically getting the upper stage, like, built for free, magically, instantaneously somehow, but the booster's taking twice as long. Well, that's totally logical. Right, let's see if we can design something. We can actually go for a build in-house, no bonuses or penalties, so let's take a look at the contractor options. So, greatly reduced size. Well, this particular mission's about the cash anyway. We can go Nova Corporation, who build things quicker but have lower launch reliability. Well, let's actually take the parts before we decide which bonuses we're going for. Right, that's more reliable, but that's a bit cheaper. Let's go for that one. And then we can use... Oh, that's not enough. There's all kinds of meowings going on in the background right now. Use the Vostok lower stage, or we can use that with... Sam! Meow! What are you meowing about? Starving to death, I know. Let's go with that. And we can save this as... What can we save this as? We can call this one, I don't know, Vostar. Just mashing the names together a bit. Save design. There we go. Design saved. So that one will pay for itself and generate Sam no. So here we go. Multi-crew orbit. Get a nice bonus on that one. So that is ready to launch, and we need to assign crew to that. So let's go with our test pilot and our power guy and training. What's our overall? Overall is pretty good. Launch reliability is good. Payload reliability is good. Let's go for payload reliability. Although actually they're both pretty good. Maybe we should go for science training? Now let's go for payload. We want to make sure this one's a success. And then we'll pick a February date, and that gives us a launch, a potentially, you know, a month where we can scrub and beat whatever mission this is. I think, yeah, that's the same mission. So yeah, we want to beat the US on this. It's the first time we'll have gotten a first for a bit. So let's go for that. 4 months from now, and then we can launch our Far Side of the Moon mission, which also has quite a nice payout to it. We've had a couple of kabooms. The kabooms are not that good, Tim, but we have had some very unlikely kabooms, like, you know, 4% critical failure, and I still managed to roll under. So in this case, 2% chance of critical failure, so we would have to roll a nat 1. Oh, I missed that. Sorry, Tepunzar. Yeah, 15 years is a very good inning for a cat. I'm sure you miss him greatly. Hope Sam manages to live that long, if not longer. Okay, only 30%, but nice secure launch. And there we go, both these parts have now reached their maximum level of reliability. So 2 of those and 3 of those. Or 4 and 5 for... oh, okay, we can spend 2 power right away and have a chance of that. And maybe spend 1 power on... Hello, cat scrabbling in the background. I don't know if you can hear that, but that's the sound of cat claws on wood. Scrabbling away. Right, so we can spend some of that to get 3 data, and then we just need payload alignment data. Or nav data, rather. Feels weird just calling it navigation, I suppose, but that's what it is. Right, so there's the 4, and nice. That's a crit success. Actually, a bonus data there. So I need 1 more navigation. And we potentially have a data to spend doing it. Not that we actually need it. Well, let's just go for that. And that should be it. Yep, there we go. Right, last time we need 6 and 7. 6 comms and 7 data. So we can spend... Should we do that? Spend 2 power so we can then spend the 2... Well, is that the most efficient way to do it, actually? I spend 1 power on 2 data, and then I can spend the data to generate nav, and then I can spend the nav to generate more data. That makes any sense. So there's the data. There's 2 nav. Okay, and then we can spend that to get 6 data, and let's also Do that, and then we can start working on getting comms. So pretty low odds of failure with this payload, which is nice. Sam, no. Behave. Okay, so I can do that, and then that should do us, unless we get a critical failure. So there's the 7 data. Oh, nice. Okay, there's a bonus. Yep, there we go. Yeah, that sounds like a thing a rabbit would do. Katrina, definitely. My brother actually has a pet rabbit. He's got a rabbit and like 2 rats. Apparently the rabbit is very dramatic. Anyway, big chunk of change from successfully completing that mission. So that was very nice. So we've got the heat shield analysis underway. Also have a topography mission that would give us a bunch of cash. So let's do that one. Right, I need to go to the little boy's room again, so I'll be right back. I just realised I was going to do a thing with contractors for that last new vehicle we designed, and we didn't. Yeah, one weakness of this game, if you can call it that, is you can't go and fiddle with your designs like you can in KSP. You build designs for missions. I think that's the only time you get access to the rocket builder screen. You can't just cook up designs otherwise, sadly. So multi-crew, but we're still ahead on that one, which is quite nice. 3 months away from that. I think that's probably the point where I'll end the stream, if we can get that done successfully. So far sides of the moon, 100 support, which is nice. Final review in 1 month, and we'll finish some payload there as well. So only plus 100 since the last. Things are starting to get a bit expensive, but we're also starting to get the more lucrative missions, which is nice. 50% build time for level 0 vehicle parts, minus 15% launch reliability. Okay. Let's see what we have available. So either of those would do. 1%. We'll go with the Vostar, unless we can design something cheaper. It's a 1500 kilo upper thing needed. Well, that would be fairly low reliability, unfortunately. The Star 37 and the Vostok and the Star 37. I think that's basically the Vostar, isn't it? Well, we selected. Oh, we selected that, and then what does that do with the contractor? So we can make it cheaper, but lower the science. We can always do this as a non-saved design, or we can reduce the time to build at the cost of reliability, but we really don't want to do that. Let's go for the make it cheaper option then. We can just call this a one-off design that we're not going to save as a preset. So 335k, so we'll make that even better. Sam, you're a jerk. What the hell are you? Yeah, you. Oh, it's the empty laundry basket. It's pushed on the floor. Okay. Anyway, first multi-crew mission. Fingers crossed this will be a success. And if it is, I think we'll end the stream there before Sam starts chewing the curtains or something. Yes, you're a butthead. Yes. Right, so good conditions. See you, Fu. It's looking good. There we go. No explosions. And oh, that was absolutely optimal. So we get +1 data for our first task. He's doing his best to look absolutely piteous right now. Hello, Sam. Yes, I know. Poor you. Oh, Sam. Meow. Right, so this one, we want to get the bonus rewards. But this time we've got 2 crew, so we can use the crew to generate at Sam data and nav. Potentially. So let's use one of those to generate 5. And maybe another 3. Let's go with just using some power. I think we've got a pretty good chance of getting the bonus just from having high reliability on this launch vehicle. It's fine. It's fine. I mean, it only costs you extra resources. It doesn't mean the thing's going to explode, but still, it's nice when it doesn't happen. Nice. So that was bonus comms. That one was a crit fail. Wah wah. Will be reduced by 1 unless we want to spend a power. No, we'll accept that. That's fine. We'll just take the 2. So we can potentially do the same again with the crew tasks. And then say spend, that will get me up to 11 of the 18 required, and then I guess we'll recharge power for the last one. Go. It's all working nicely so far. So we've met our mission objectives at least. Now we can see with the last 3 turns if we can get the bonuses. So let's say one of those and one of those. And then Spend 2 power, and that will get me up to 12 comms. So there's data. And 4 nav. Oh, just 19 over 18%. So we made it, we just squeaked by. Hey, Ginge. Yep, KSP2 came out early. It's totally what this is. Right, so we need power. We need data, and we could spend 1 data to get 2 nav, and then we only need 1 nav in the next turn. If all goes well. And there's some bonus resources. Nice, that's 1 bonus nav. So actually that, if it all works, that's the extra nav point we needed right there. So there we go. And oh no! We might be able to spend something though. Resist the event. Yes. It's fine, we had 1 power available. There we are. So we're actually first. Next task, perform controlled re-entry. Okay, this is a new one. It's not over yet. We have to not kill the crew. So we need 20 data, 20 nav. For the bonus. And we have heat as a resource that we can spend. Do we have any of that yet? Presumably we have to make sure the heat doesn't get too high. I'm not entirely sure. Oh, there we go, heat gauge. So we have to reduce the heat basically. So if I do that, and then say do that, and then I can spend 3 nav to get 6 signal, and then spend 1 of those to get 1. Okay, let's give that a go. So we don't want the heat gauge to get up too high basically. Oh no, no, that's not good. What's this going to cost us? 1 extra power, okay. So we got 6 signal. Oh, there we go, just into... So we got an extra bonus signal out of that. Task will end if the heat reaches 4, so we have to keep it below 4. So... ooh. It's a good thing this isn't on a timer. So orbital realignment, and we can do a data processing. In fact, we could just do that. Oh, actually, we can't do that twice because we need one heat to get the orbital realignment. And then... do I want to spend a power, perhaps? We could do a manual trajectory update, actually. That'll be fine. Oh, come on. In the red zone, so let's spend one power. I'm not, like, I don't know if we're going to get the bonus for this one, but we'll see. Meeting the objective shouldn't be too difficult. But keeping that heat gauge low on top of everything else definitely makes things a bit tricky. Sadly, Ginge, you don't get to have a completely British space program. Right. So we can generate a mission report. Then spend 2 data there, and then maybe spend 1. Oh, I spend... Yeah, okay, let's do that. Yeah, God, it's like the promises he's making. At least, I don't know if you call it Ginge, but they've dropped the plan to build a tunnel or a bridge across the Irish Sea. What was it they ended up being? Like, apparently it was quite serious about it. I think it was going to be a bridge, right? Or was it a tunnel? No, it was a tunnel. Either way, it was going to go through the largest underwater munitions dump in Europe, which obviously would have been fine. Totally fine. Right, so that was all successful. And only 1 heat. 2 turns remaining. So we need another 4 apiece. So I do that, and then we've got 2 to spend there, and then maybe ping location. See if that all goes according to plan. Oh, nope. But we do have power to spend, so that's fine. Although, you know what, we can just accept that. That's 1 less. Yeah, there we go. Nice critical success for our final one. And there we go. So since the sounding rocket, this is our first, as it were. USSR finally managed to get something ahead of everybody else once again. I'm sure if I really were head of the Russian space, the Soviet space program, I'd have probably been shot for my failures at this point, but it's fine. Fortunately, only a computer game. No gulag for me. So there we go. So I probably will stream this again at some point. There's still lots left to do. I mean, we can look at the missions, and there's all these unmanned missions to the other planets. Or I could just push on to do a crewed moon landing. Although I don't know if I have to get one of those lot. I presume I have to do at least one of this branch as well in order to unlock this next section. But then we get down to things like Mars landings and space stations and space telescopes, and I wonder, does it let me build the Buran shuttle? Is that in here? No, it doesn't look like there's any shuttles. Well, at least there's no shuttle mission things. Let's have a look in vehicles. Oh, there we go, Buran vehicle. So yeah, we can build the Buran, and later on that will be a thing we can do. Nice. Okay, so yeah, I will very probably be playing this a bit more on stream, but yeah, if this is something that looks like it tickles your fancy, it's available on Steam right now. I don't know if it is elsewhere, but definitely Steam, and I think they've even got a launch discount going on, so it's not particularly pricey. It's quite reasonable, I think, for what's here. And there's certainly, I think, a bit of replayability in it as well. So this is Mars Mission. I've forgotten the name of it already, which is a bit bad. I think it's Mars Mission. And yeah, hopefully you have all been enjoying watching me play it, and if you missed any of it, you'll be able to catch it on YouTube as well. And there'll also be some KSP content from way back if that also tickles your fancy, if this is your first time watching me. So next time will be World of Warships, so yeah, that'll be whenever, weekend probably, so hopefully I'll catch some of you then, and until that point, have a good rest of your whatever time of day it is, and I will catch you next time.